Hey, what's up guys, my name's Brad, welcome back to another Duel Links, welcome back to another Duel Links Dark Side of Dimensions video. We finally have the official reveal, the official trailer, the official first information for the game over and done and behind us. It's coming out September 26th, so that's about 2 weeks away, which isn't too long to wait, so we have got a little bit more things to do in Duel Links before we get DSOD world, and we do have an update tomorrow, so maybe some more leaks for the new world will be coming via that. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to play the trailer right now, and then I'm going to get into some news, including some news that wasn't included on the live stream which you're going to want to hear, so timestamps down below to everything in case you just want to skip to certain bits. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right into it.
兄様、準備できたんだね。遊戯王ザ・ダークサイド・オブ・ディメンションズ・ワールド劇場版ならではのイベントに加えて、特別仕様のブラックマジシャンが必ずもらえるの？しかもジェムとチケットもこんなに？やりすぎだよ兄様。遊戯王デュエルリンクス新ワールド開放だぜ。コナミ。
So first up, recapping that video, we're getting a brand new Dark Magician Alt-Art Prismatic card for free. Makes sense, Yugi isn't coming as part of the day one characters, but it was a very big redesign for the movie, so pretty cool getting animation as well. With that, we're getting 1,000 gems, we're getting a UR Dream ticket, a Prismatic UR ticket, a regular UR ticket, a Prismatic SR ticket, and 2 regular SR tickets, which is cool. I think that's the same as what they did last year for 5Ds. Now, I know people were wanting an SR Dream ticket, but the only time we've ever got that was in January for the 2nd anniversary event of Duel Links, so maybe on the 3rd anniversary in January, we'll get another SR Dream ticket. That'd be pretty cool if we did then, so just gonna have to wait and see if that happens. Now, we also have a skill chip, 100 skill chips. This is pretty interesting. So this is from the Japanese press release, and I'll be referencing this a lot because there is a lot of information in that wasn't specifically covered in the actual event. So a skill chip is an item required to execute the new skill lottery function implemented within the card trader. When you execute a skill lottery, you can acquire one dual skill reward at random that the character you are using has not acquired. Skill chips will also be earned for rewards and campaigns for upcoming events, so to me, they're making them very similar to the whole the boost items, you know, the extra card, the extra damage or whatever, the 1 life kind of thing. They're making it very similar to that, and we saw from some leaks a while ago the ticket skill exchange that could exchange for life point boosts, restart, and balance. Now, if this is different from this, which it kind of sounds like it's a ticket exchange, then that would make a bit of sense. If this skill chip can be used to randomly get any skill a character has or like doesn't have, that could be really easy for you unlocking things like Light and Dark, or other skills, other hard skills, Master of Destiny, whatever. Those kind of skills you need to drop to actually play some certain decks in the meta. Now, if it's just these life point boosts, restart, balance, that's going to be a bit disappointing because every other character has that, so you're not really missing too much by not having those skills, whereas the other ones you kind of are. So if it is the former, if it is getting exclusive skills from those characters as well, that's going to be pretty cool. If it's just these 3, then not really anything special to start celebrating about, basically. Additionally, you may have caught this from the actual trailer, but in the bottom was a Playmat sleeve, a celebration Playmat sleeves, and these are the high resolution versions of them. These look amazing. The Playmat sleeves, I'm definitely going to be rocking these if there isn't like an animated sale Playmat or whatever that comes with the world. But it's pretty nice. It's the key art for this movie, for this world, is my favorite so far, and this Playmat artwork specifically is so nice. I want that like on a framed poster and stuff. It looks really, really cool. But that's going to be the free login, guaranteed gift for us for DSOD world in terms of sleeves and Playmat. Looks really, really nice. And then we have the characters, and this is where things get a bit interesting, because obviously we had the reveal event, we had Mokuba and Sera's VAs there, and KAIBA's VA was present via a video, and that was kind of it. We didn't know who was going to be part of the new world, and for the longest time in the data mines, we've had Mokuba, KAIBA, Scud, and the unknown duelist. And now here's where things get thrown even more into the mix. So the official press release once again has character art for KAIBA and Mokuba, which you saw in the reveal, but nothing about Sera. So it says, with the addition of the DSOD world, theatrical versions of Seto KAIBA and theatrical version of Mokuba KAIBA will appear. And of course saying that the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon have a new summoning animation, so that's interesting. Does that mean that Sera isn't a day one character and the only reason she was there for the event was because of her, her VA? Her VA is a very, very prominent VA in Japan, and when the movie first came out, it was a big deal that she was in it. It was a really big deal that this voice actress was in the movie, so maybe they're just using her as a way to publicly promote, the game, the update, and that would make a lot of sense. So Sera coming at some point, but KAIBA and Mokuba might be our only main characters for day one, and of course there is then Scud, who they haven't revealed yet, but he might be a hidden character like Bastion was, or kind of like Luna was, where there wasn't a certain stage to unlock her, you had to kind of complete a mission to do so. So yeah, maybe Scud's coming, maybe he isn't, but for right now it looks like that Sera is not going to be in the launch lineup, which is a bit disappointing, but I'd like to be proven wrong. But I would have thought that given the VA behind Sera and the fact they had her at the event, she would be in the press release if she was coming day one. And last year for 5Ds, we had all the characters, key arts, that were coming day one in the press release, so it's a little bit different this time. Next up we have some gameplay screens, and we have some new ones that weren't shown on the live stream. So of course we have Blue Eyes and the new KAIBA animation. We then have Blue Eyes on the field against Mokuba, and the new Duel world showing one area, which is the dining area where Yugi, Taya, Tristan, Joey, and Duke and Bakura all sat down, had lunch or whatever. And there is another one from the press release showing the abandoned factory, which is where Scud and Aigami had a little bit of a confrontation. So there's 2 of our 4 locations accounted for. And the big thing here, the big thing that's kind of disappointing, is that if you look at the NPCs, they're exactly the same. They're the same ones from Duel World. They haven't seemingly changed at all, no new artwork. I'd like them to be different, but it seems like they're just going to keep them exactly the same, which for continuity would kind of make sense, but it is always cool when we get new character designs for the NPCs, and this doesn't help to lend into the conversation of DSOD World is lazy on Konami's part, so it's a bit disappointing, but still, it's NPCs. Does it really matter? Not really, but would it have been cool to see them? Yeah, it definitely would have been cool to see some brand new artworks for those characters, but still, the 2 areas so far looking pretty cool. I don't know what you'd have to press to go to the trash. Maybe this, the thing in the very bottom left of the screen by the tree, maybe you'd press the Blue Eyes poster behind the tree and you'd like unravel the poster to get some gems or something. Who knows right there. Now, on to some more gameplay, I think. So at TGS, after DSOD World was officially revealed, they changed their Duel Links booth to have a playable Dark Side Dimensions KAIBA versus Tour Guide puzzle, basically, a duel quiz. And thanks to Basara 1110, we have a first look at some new cards for KAIBA in-game, as well as another one of his character faces, and the new Blue Eyes animation, so enjoy this animation. So that's pretty cool, and now this image shows 3 cards called Blood Dot Dragon. We have 2 other cards of KAIBA's. The first one being Assault Wyvern. We talked about this one before in the leaks a couple of videos ago. Level 4, light, 800 tap points. When this card destroys a point sponsored by battle, you contribute this card to special 1 Dragon type from your hand or graveyard except itself. So in the movie, KAIBA used this to summon into Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then he combined it, just as the Duel Quiz did, with Dragon's Fighting Spirits, a quick play spell card, so you can use it during your opponent's turn, but why would you? I don't really know why you would, why you really would. Target 1 Dragon type you control that was special summoned during this turn. For every monster your opponent controls that was special summoned during this turn, it gains 1 additional attack during the battle phase of this turn. So it is really reliant on you bringing a monster out during your turn and your opponent special summoning during your turn. That's the only time this card is going to be useful whatsoever, and I can't really think of any deck that really special summons a lot during your turn. Like your opponent will be playing and summons out during your turn, so in theory during your opponent's turn. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one, it's a bit of a weird card, but if an archetype like that does do that very prominently during your turn comes out to Duel Links, this card could be pretty cool for having some OTKs on board very easy, because we know Blue Eyes is a very easy card to get out, or just any dragon in general, but Blue Eyes specifically is very, very easy to get out. This could let you go in very nicely for multiple attacks and potentially an OTK on board. So like, theoretically, if you bring out 3 monsters, they would then have 4 attacks and could very easily game you right there if they had Blue Eyes on board. So, a very cool card, one that might see some cheesy meme play at first, but I don't know how good it would be. There's probably some archetype I'm blanking on, maybe Dark Claws or something that would be a good fit for using this card against, but right now I can't really see it, so I don't honestly know, but it's a cool card nonetheless. And then we have the big thing. Structure Deck Master of Chaos. It's an EX deck, and basically, if you can't read Japanese, the top line says this deck works with Dark Magician, and then the bottom text says that there will be a combo guide coming out on the release day. So that's why there's a play button on the thumbnail above it, because there is meant to be a video coming out to show you what combos you can use with this deck. Now, there's 2 directions they could go with this. I'm going to wait until we have the leaks tomorrow to see if we get anything else revealed. Then we're going to talk about where this deck could go, because it could go in either a Dark Magician direction or a BLS direction, and it's kind of interesting to kind of think about. But of course, we do have 2 cards kind of confirmed for this. The first one, of course, being Magician of Chaos. So Magician Chaos is a ritual monster, same stat line as Dark Magician, and can be ritual summoned using Chaos Form, doesn't have to be. So Chaos Form could not be in this box at all, for all we know. This card's name becomes Dark Magician while it's on the field or in the graveyard. That's really good, because of course, things like Eternal Soul, things like Dark Magical Circle, things we don't have in the game right now, also things like Dark Magic Attack, Thousand Knives, they will all work with this. That's pretty cool. Once per turn when a spell trap card or effect is activated, you can target 1 card in the field and destroy it. That's during either player's turn either, and it's a quick effect as well, so you can chain it to something being activated, which is really, really cool. Really cool with Blue Eyes, or Dark Magician deck, sorry, is getting a very nice new boss monster, and one I thought would come a lot later than some of the other support does. If this ritual summon card will be destroyed by battle card effect, you can special 1 Chaos or BLS ritual monster from your hand, except itself, ignoring its summoning conditions. So that's Magician of Black Chaos, that's the regular BLS, Magician of Black Chaos Max. There's also some other ones we don't have in Duel Links, some of the BLS Sacred Soldier cards. So there's a lot they can kind of do with this. The card isn't necessarily just a Dark Magician card, it's also a very good BLS related card, so maybe that's a direction they could go in with this card, who knows. We then have Chaos Form, of course, the ritual spell card, can be used to ritual summon any Chaos or Blacklisted Soldier ritual monster, so that's kind of why. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field and or banish Blue Eyes or Dark Magicians from your graveyard whose total levels exactly equal the level of the Chaos or BLS ritual monster you want to summon. So for Chaos Max Dragon, you'd banish your Blue Eyes in your graveyard. For this Dark Magician guy, you'd banish a Dark Magician. So it all does make sense, and for BLS, you would banish a Blue Eyes White Dragon as well. But you can of course use other things on your field, normal materials, that kind of thing. So you're not locked into using those cards, which is fairly neat. I personally am very excited for this deck, and I'm very excited to see what direction they go in. I hope they go in the Dark Magician direction, but I have a feeling they'll go into the BLS direction. Again, we'll talk about that more in a video next week sometime, but definitely looking forward to seeing this one, where this one goes. And finally, for all you people who are wondering, what is happening with the English dub version? Well, I'll let Daniel J. Edwards, the voice of Argami, take it away.
There's a new update on Duel Links, and it should be of interest to you, Dan. They are adding the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions. The update will be coming September 26th.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I just said yes.
I get a job again? They do value me.
They do?
I don't need this anymore. I'll see y'all later. Agami is back!
Dan? Dan?